After my graduation, I dedicated myself for 1 year for preparation of all the SSBs. I have given 4 SSBs till date, from which I have qualified for two, and even made it for the merit in the Indian Army, SSC Tech entry. But I could not join due to medical circumstances. Okay, and I have faced both the rejections as well as selection in the SSBs. And I have realized one thing, that there are certain concepts, certain points where mistakes which each and every one of us does, and that has to be looked onto it. Some of the major mistakes that everyone does is that they assess themselves during the SSB. Okay, they will think that if I do this, then that I should deserve that kind of result. Okay, we have to understand that nothing is predictable. Okay, everything is predictable. In fact, nobody even predicted that COVID could happen, but here we are. So assessing during your SSB is a major drawback. And secondly is that some people compare themselves to their experience to that of a fresher. Like if I am a repeater and I am getting rejected, okay, so I cannot expect that if I do the same thing as that a fresher has done, then I will expect the same result, because there are certain expectations from you when you go as a repeater. From a fresher, they have different expectations. They are allowed to make certain mistakes which can be ignored, but if you're going for the second or the third, fourth time, you're not allowed to make such mistakes, and that could lead to rejection. Third thing which I have done in the SSB, and I have suffered the consequences of it as well, is that I have not taken the adequate amount of rest. When I had gone for my AFSB Gandhinagar, I was very excited, and I don't know, I just could not sleep, and that hampered my psych, that hampered my group activity as well. In fact, our whole group, it was just a washout. None of us were selected because we spent all night talking. We did not perform to our best, and thus adequate rest is very important. And I have also encountered certain people in my army entry, wherein people had just come for the heck of it. Okay, they were not prepared. They just wanted to go and have fun. They're like, okay, it was the first and the last attempt. Okay, and that shows the seriousness of a candidate. Okay, so if you are serious for joining the armed forces, okay, it's good to have a certain preference that you want to join army or you want to join a navy or air force, but you cannot continue to go for one particular SSB of a particular branch. You have to show that you're also trying for each and everything, because at the end of the day, only the training is the different for all the three branches, but the rest of the lifestyle is overall speaking is same only. So unpreparedness is one major factor. And last but not the least, sometimes it's just bad luck. Okay, that it has just happened, even though you have done your best. Okay, even though you do feel that I would have that my performance was to the best, but sometimes you have to consider that the selector is also human, that there may be certain human error from their side or from our side. Okay, so that is a major issue. Talking about my experience, I'll say that the SSBs where I was selected in Navy and Army. They both were very different. When I had gone for my Navy SSB, I was a fresher, and the group was different. The whole approach was different, and I was very lucky that I had good friends. In fact, I'm still in touch with a few of them, and the whole environment, the whole group was very nice, and we interacted very well. So that was totally different. And when I came for my second SSB, that was Army, it was 6 months later, and I was nervous because there was certain kind of pressure that you have to now prove yourself because you're already recommended once. And that pressure did take a toll on me, but fortunately things worked according to my way. And in fact, going as a repeater was totally different. In fact, I thought that if I'll do the same things, it could work that way. But whatever you do the previous way, it never works. Sometimes it may work, but mostly it doesn't. Okay, because when you go for a repeaters, everyone is prepared. and they will just come and take everything. They will not wait for you that okay, please come and take your own turn, you take your own chance. They will not wait, they'll just go. And that is the point where you have to fight for yourself, you have to fend yourself, that okay, that if I am here to win. And that is very important. Okay, like in my GTO, for my army GTO, I like we were 20 people, 17 were screened in, and from those group we were divided into two, and my group was full repeaters, and I was the newest repeater, like it was my second SSB. Rest all were 5-6 times repeaters. So therein I saw one thing, that all those people had started progressing immediately the moment the GTO said go, and I was just standing there. I did not even get the opportunity to hold any balli, fatta, rassi, or even the load. Okay, but since the GTO saw that it was the group dynamics that played the factor, so I had to take a different alternate approach. So I took the different approach. I guided them. I had to, at times shout and request others that you can use this. If they are getting stuck, you can use that, and that helped. That worked. See, I am not saying that you should just sit behind and just give out the answers. It is always better that you are always involved in the group activities, whether it be physical, whether it be verbal. It's better that you are doing both, but you have to be proactive and you have to assess the situation correctly. Okay. The rest all, I think many of you have certain questions. Some of you are repeaters, some of you are freshers, and I am open to questions. I have discussed what all I could give out from my experience, and yes, you can continue to ask questions. Thank you.
Okay, Brahmjot ma'am, thank you so much for your experience. It was nice, hearing your experience. So
thank you, sir.
We had some questions that we have gathered from the students, candidates previous night as well. So first of all, they want to know the approach that we should follow as a fresher as well as repeater in stage 1 PPNDT, specifically PPNDT.
Okay. So starting for PPNDT, I think process is same for both. Okay, you have to understand that 1 minute. So for PPDT, the process is same basically. I think if you are able to clear the paper and if you are able to go for the SSB, you are capable enough to clear the OIR easily. Okay, OIR is generally easy. Okay, you just have to maintain speed and accuracy. Now talking about TAT, which the PPDT, sorry, picture perception. See, story writing can be taught. Okay, sometimes the most common mistakes people do is that they describe the picture. Like one time when I had an SSB, okay, I could hear people, they were describing the picture. The picture actually depicted that it was a beach scene, okay. But I had written that it was a group of friends and they had gone to beach, and there they saw that it was littered and they cleaned the beach, okay. So that was my story. But other people, they wrote it as a family picnic. See, there is nothing wrong about the picnic, but the description is the wrong part. Because they had written that he got up in the morning, he made tea for the family, he made breakfast, he made lunch, dinner, he packed it, he took them to the beach, they enjoyed, and then they came back. So the most important thing is that they have to, the story has to give out certain values from it. Okay, SSB is very easy. There are 15 qualities, and those 15 qualities has to be shown to the assessor. Whether you show it in your GTO, whether you show it in your interview, those 15 qualities have to come out. Okay, but if you write a description, it will be difficult for the assessor to judge you. Okay, so if you learn to write a story, then next step comes discussion, and in discussion you have to be involved. If you struggle that people are not letting you speak, or if you see that the group is diverting from the conclusion of the story, you can just tell the people that, guys, I think we are diverting, we have to finish the story fast, the time is very limited. Okay, to summarize, this is the main character, this is the story. Okay, so we can involve your points, your point was good. Okay, also inculcating my story, we can write this. Okay. I will not say that if you keep quiet, okay, then you will definitely get selected. In my experience, I have seen that those who speak will get recommended. Okay, it is very rare that those who don't speak will get selected for the next phase 2. So you have to get in there, you raise your voice, you do anything. That is a must. Okay, and rest you can do, and let's hope for the best, because you have done what you could have, what was in your hand. Okay, yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the answer. So I think that many of have cleared their doubt regarding technology. So let's just discuss about the second question, that is how to approach for psych, specifically TAT. Okay, what are the approaches to practice TAT? Yeah.
Okay. Not only specifically about TAT, let's discuss more about the whole psych. See, psych is a mental game, okay, and you really require a good mental stamina, because you'll be sitting there for 3 hours. Okay, you will be using your mind a lot, you'll be using your imagination, okay, and if it is exhausted early, then those signs will, will be shown on the thing which you write. Okay, and the most important things are TAT and VAT. So I would only recommend one thing, that you have to sit down and practice. For TAT, that is the story writing, you have to start writing one by one, and once you start writing the story, uh, once you see that it is not a description, it is a story. A story generally has an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. Okay, so if it has those things, and if you are able to take out something valuable from that particular story, then it means you're good to go. You're good. You can progress ahead. Okay, and for that, first you can write the story without time. Okay, then you can start. You can do a timer. You can put a 4-minute time, and then you can see that what is your speed, or are you able to work according to that time limit. And then you will have to, continue to extend to 5 stories, and then to 12 stories. The last story, which is the blank side, is also very important. Some people say that we can just write anything, but it is an opportunity to describe yourself. You can actually write about yourself, or you can write about a person who actually inspires you. Okay, so you should not leave that kind of opportunity. Same goes for VAT. Okay, you have to practice. There is no medicine which I can feed you, or which anybody can feed others and expect a result immediately. So you have to practice.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you that you have talked about TAT and VAT. Okay, let's just discuss about interview part. Okay. So, like, I want to ask that what are the type of questions regarding interview in technical area? Okay, that are asked, and how much is the quantity, and what are their relevance in terms of recommendation by interviewer? If we are not able to answer it, okay, then how it impacts our personality in interviewer's eyes, or if we are able to answer everything, okay, especially in general knowledge part and interview part, technical part, then how it impacts our personality in interview point of view.
Okay. See, I have gone for SSC Tech interview, which is supposedly technical entry, and I was not asked a single technical question. In fact, none of my friends were. So I will tell you one thing, that SSB is a process. It is the best interview, in fact, in the whole world, because you are being judged on your personality and nothing else. They are not testing your knowledge. They're not testing anything else. They are just seeing that if that person is able to, do certain tasks, is that person able to fulfill that certain criteria, then that person can become an officer. Because knowledge is something which can be acquired. It is an acquirable thing. Okay, so technical question will be only asked if you show off, or if you say, or if you mention that it was your hobby studying, or you like that particular subject, or you do anything related to that particular field. Okay, like for some of you must be technical entry, BTech entries. Okay, some of you maybe even have jobs which are core branches. Okay, and your field must be related to more of technical field only, that's totally fine. Okay, even if the interviewer asks, you can casually confidently say that, sir, I have to brush up my skills. I don't remember it now, but I will certainly for sure let you know the answer later on. Okay, that is one thing. Okay, technical. I'll tell you one more thing, that during my Navy SSB, when I had gone for the first time, before SSB, I talked to one friend who was just conference out from the same SSB board. Okay, and he, really scared me because he said that the interview is very tough. He will ask you all the different types of planes, what are all the instruments inside the plane, what type of materials are used in the plane, how does it fly, etc., etc. Okay, and I was very scared that I had to study all of those things, but none of the questions were asked to me in the interview, because I never mentioned that, sir, why don't sir, I also have interest in planes, or anything as such. So you have to understand that interviewer will only ask you those questions if you mention those particular things. Like if I say my hobby is tennis, playing tennis, then he will ask me. Then it is bound to happen that he will ask me which is my favorite player. Okay, the history of tennis, the length, breadth. Okay, and everything, all of that sorts. And sometimes if you don't know any particular question, like if you have just fumbled, okay, it's okay, it is totally fine that okay, you don't know the answer. It will not hamper, of course. It will, lead to reduction of 2-3 marks in your interview, but if you compose yourself, if you have collected yourself well, and if you show that no, you are not flustered by not answering that question, then that will definitely play in a good role. It will definitely play on the good side of yours. Okay, and that is important. So even if you don't know anything, don't lose hope, because you still have GTO, or you can still prove yourself in the psych. That's it.
Okay, yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, I think that you have talked a lot. So, yeah, I can see that you will require some sort of break. But let me give you a last question. Okay,
Okay.
it will be the last question of the day, and then we will take forward from for different questions from from candidates available.
Okay.
So, what are the how to approach GTO structures? Okay, if you are standing in PGT, and in case of repeaters, okay, where they are going to cutthroat, there is cutthroat competition at that point of time. So how one must approach if they are in PGT, if there are any psychology hacks that you follow, if not, what are the things that we must follow? I know that it is very dynamic, but what are the general things that one must follow while in task in PGT, HGT, or FGT? Yeah, CT.
Okay, so to answer that question, I'll give you one very basic thing, that whatever the structure is in front of you, whether you go for Army SSB or Navy or Air Force, the structure present in front of you means that there is a way, okay, that it is being used in that particular way. You just have to find. It is like solving puzzles. So even if the GTO is saying that okay, this structure here is turned yellow, or you cannot stand, or it has turned red, okay, you have to understand that the GTO is just doing this to create pressure on you. Okay, he is assessing you that how do you react in a situation, in such kind of situations. Okay, and even if he's saying that no, this structure is removed, there is still a way. Okay, that is one major thing. And for the repeaters, where we feel that there is a cutthroat competition, I'll tell you from my experience. I had gone to AFSB Dehradun this January, and I was conference out. Till my GTO experience, I was sure shot that I will get selected. Okay, because I was 100% sure that I did very well. And in fact, in the GTO, the girl who did not even, we forgot that she existed, she was selected. Okay, so things could go either way. Okay, it's just that how you compose yourself in that particular situation, how do you react to it, that is one that is the major point which they see in a particular person. Okay, when there is a cutthroat competition, when you know that you cannot, or when you know that you have tried and the group is still overpowering you. Okay, so at that point you have to, play diplomatically. You can either request that, "Arey, ye to karke dekh lo," like, "Please, we can try this way, or we can try that way." So that is the only thing which I can say. Otherwise, for GTO, I think everyone has that technical bent of mind where they can, find certain ways. The human mind is created in such a way, and that's it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. All the questions were answered.
Thank
I
you.
think that, yeah, there are many questions still
Yeah, I'm
available.
seeing.
There are many questions that how she introspected since her last attempt, and there are many questions that how to answer rapid fire questions. So, in a brief, can you please tell me that how you introspected and how to handle rapid fire? Just one point.
I will just say answer all the questions one by one. Okay, starting from
Yeah.
Ashish Kumar Yadav. Okay, so how to prepare for rapid fire question during interview? See, if you're going for the interview, you must have prepared, right? And we know that only a certain kind of questions are asked. Like if he is going to, like in the starting, they will ask you about you, your educational qualifications, the teachers you like, the teachers you don't like, or the subjects which you like, the subjects which you don't like. So there is no need to panic. Okay, and you just only have to listen to the question, because sometimes the GTO might change the order. Otherwise, you are always familiar with the question pattern, and that will help you. You just have to be composed. You have to remember that speaking fast is not the solution. Sometimes pauses do give a depth. Okay, and also when you give a pause, you have that particular time to think in it. If you're feeling nervous, you can drink water and then answer the question. Okay, and please talk about how to go about GTO. I think I have answered this question in brief. That firstly, group dynamics do play an important role. Okay, and you have to assess that if this group is uh, uh, coordinating group. Okay, that is one thing. For group discussions and other speaking tasks such as lecture 8, I will recommend one thing, that you have to learn to speak English, and be as fluent as possible. The one thing which you can do is organize your thoughts, because once you learn to do that, you will definitely have a better outcome in speaking. Okay, and the part of SSB where you felt a lot of pressure, how you tackled it. I was pressured, but fortunately, I was not pressured while doing the tasks. Okay, the uh, like during my army SSB. Okay, whenever we used to come to our dormitories after a task, after GDs or anything as such. Okay, we used to discuss it, and I used to feel a little bit scared, because all of the other candidates were doing pretty well, and they used to be very confident in saying that I have done this a lot better. Okay, it was much better like this, you shouldn't have done this. Okay, but you have to make sure that that thing does not let you hamper your performance during the task. That is a major thing. Okay, how did she introspected since her last attempt? There is a funny thing that once a person is recommended, they will never know that what they did differently. But if you are rejected, you will think of 100 different reasons. And whatever the reason I am telling here is because I have done these mistakes, and I have also seen other people do these mistakes. Okay, like people will bring big books in their suitcases, okay, during their SSBs, and they will study as if the same question is going to come from that thing only. Okay, and you don't have to question yourself at each and every time. You have to have faith that if you have prepared for 6 months or for 2 weeks, anything as such, then you are prepared well enough to tackle the SSB. There is a saying in Hindi which our JCO had said in the SSB. He said that जंग के लिए लड़ने आए हो तो जंग की तैयारी यहाँ थोड़ी ना करोगे ना, वो तो घर पे करके आए हो. ठीक है, that is an important thing. And how much score do you need to score in OIR test? See, it's better that you score full. I don't know the marks because I've never seen my marks, and in fact, nobody has. Okay, you can just hope that whatever you have done is with good accuracy, good precision, and with a good speed. What to do if you don't know the meaning of the word in the VAT test? Just write the word or just leave a blank. Okay, no need to write anything as such because they will understand. Does talking in Hindi during PGT or HGT cause any problem? See, it is always preferred that you speak in English. In fact, it should be considered the primary language. However, if you are using Hindi, it is totally fine. I used Hindi in the SSB where I was recommended. Okay, and it will not cause much of a problem. But be sure that you use English during the lecturate, during the GDs, interviews, anything as such. But while talking to the group mates, to the batchmates, or while telling them to do a task, or where you find hindrance that I am not able to convey that in English, then you can switch to Hindi. How to keep oneself calm and composed when no one is listening to you, especially in the case of repeater. See, one thing that you just have to smile. Okay, just smile and think that okay. See, your job is not to assess yourself. Assessor is doing that. Your job is only to perform well. Okay, and if you continue to think that okay, that he's not giving me a chance to speak, what should I do? Then you will not get a chance only. Okay, you have to find that particular way. It's okay if you're getting tensed, no issues. You just have to take deep breaths, find a particular point, find a particular time where you can just jump in and give your point, or you can just break in and just say that guys, I think my point would contribute to the discussion like this, and the point is here, etc., etc. Okay, how many SRTs are maximum or minimum? And SRT in script and short. The best thing is that I have seen people getting recommended with 20 SRTs as well, but don't try that. It is risky, especially for graduates. Okay, you can write. The best attempt is, if you score. If you write 40 plus SRTs, if you attempt 40 plus SRTs, and to attempt those, you have to write it in commas. Like if there is a situation where where it is that you and your friend are going, and suddenly he falls in the river, the bridge breaks and he falls in the river, what will he do? So you can write that he will swim, he will dive into the river, save the person, okay, and then give him aid, right? That you don't have to write in full description that first he will find the thing, then he will jump, then he will bring him back. So just write commas, and that is enough to convey your points. I have not given CPSS. I am unfit for pilot. I put the points in the same slow space in GDs. Yes, I have put it in slow pace, but it is always preferred that you speak fast, because especially in the repeaters group, nobody will wait for you to complete a whole point. They will just jump in. If you're speaking slow, they will find that opportunity and they will complete their own point. Okay, about PPDT when describing and conclusion is going on. Fresher, what are the points to be kept in mind to perform well? While discussion, you just have to be involved in it. Okay, you cannot sit quietly. You have to show that you are speaking, even if it comes to raising your voice, but be sure that you are not being the dominating one. It is very important to have that sliver lining between the two. Okay, and just be sure that you are also involving others as well. If someone is trying to speak, you can tell them, okay, yeah, I think this person has a good point. Please go ahead, types. How to show their qualities in SSB means. What are the do's and don'ts? I'm sorry, I'm not able to understand this question. Can you please ask again? In GP, how to give priorities of problems. See, basically GP has four problems, wherein one person will be unconscious or will be bleeding badly. Second will be some dacoits or some kidnapping will be happening. The third one will be that the third one will be more of how to say, like not of a very big priority, and the fourth one will be very easy, like the bag has been lost, or the cow has ran away, or the boat has broken, and that is the only livelihood. See, the fourth one, generally we don't, if you see that there are less people, we generally don't give priority to that. Okay, but the loss of life is the top priority. Okay, and then comes the other parts. Okay, you have to also take in consideration the timings as well, that at what particular timestamp that will happen. Can you tell some books or YouTube channels to prepare for SSB? Like best book for OIR, PPDT and all. I personally did not take any book for OIR and PPDT. However, I think SSB Crack was the only site where I had seen some OIRs. Okay, have faith that you can at least crack the OIR. It is not very difficult. The problem will only seem to be big if you think that the problem is very big. Okay, there are some YouTube channels, but you have to make sure that you stay away from YouTube channels who I don't know how to say, but who just say anything bluntly, who will continue to question certain people's abilities, or they will say that if you do this you will definitely get in. You have to make sure that watching those videos can actually hamper your psyche, and having your psyche is the most important and the utmost priority.
I want to interrupt you. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, no issues.
Yeah.
A lot of questions.
As you have answered a lot of questions, if you want to take a glass of water, you can. Okay, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Okay, guys, I think that many of the questions have been answered, and ma'am will be connected with our group that is next lesson, and she will come after some days also. So don't bother. But just a last question that I want to ask from ma'am, that is how to handle the pressure for a fresher or repeater in conference hall. So this is the last question of the day, ma'am.
Okay. I think conference mein you cannot do anything. Okay. I think when conference is done, you have already prepared your best. You have already performed your best till the 4 days. There is no need to be pressurized. They are only humans just sitting in the uniform. Okay. And you just have to, just answer all the questions which they are asking, have a pleasant smile, and things will go well if you are very lucky, or if you have done well. Just be hopeful. Okay, no need to be scared. So, and also it is only 2 minutes. I think it doesn't make much of a difference. That's it.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for your time.
Thank you, everyone.
I think that everyone has got a very valuable experience from the ma'am who is recommended, and as well AIR1, All India Rank 1 from SSC Tech Women 26. And any female have any sort of doubt, we can connect them with the ma'am personally. Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for the experience.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for listening and being patient. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was pleasure being with you in this talk session. I hope we will all see you once again.
Thank you, sir. Same here. Thank you.
It was a pleasure, ma'am. So guys, this was the talk. I hope you guys have learned a lot from ma'am. है ना? So first of all, हर एक चीज की एक ही कहानी होती है, एंड दैट इज कॉन्फिडेंस. अभी भी आपने देखा होगा कि मैम वाज वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट, राइट? सो कॉन्फिडेंस इज द की, गाइस. तो डेवलप दैट कॉन्फिडेंस. आई होप आप सभी अपने ड्रीम यूनिफॉर्म को जरूर पाएंगे. सो दिस वाज द सेशन. उदित, कैरी ऑन टू यू. ओवर टू यू.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. If anyone have any doubt, we will continue in next class. And tomorrow is also session, so please be with us and please give the feedback of the session. And please share the sessions, and we will come with surprises as well. And ma'am is going to join our next lesson soon, and you will going to see her again soon. So thank you so much for being with us. It's our pleasure, and ma'am has already joined our platform. It was also our pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank,
Good night, guys. All the best.
thank you, sir. Good night.
Jai Hind, sir.
Thank you. Good night. Jai Hind, sir.
Guys, Jai Hind.
ये सबसे